What is up, guys? Caleb here, or Caleb FRS on Instagram and YouTube. Today I want to talk about my automatic transmission. Now, I know my car's an auto. Ew. Oh my gosh. I chose an auto for my reasons, and y'all chose an auto for your reason if you're watching this video, or maybe you chose the manual for your reasons, you know? It is what it is. But saying that, there's not a lot of data out there or videos talking about the FRS BRZ 86 automatic transmission, especially it being turboed, or when being turboed. How does it handle the power from a turbo or a supercharger, whatever the case may be. And I kind of want to tell y'all my experience so far being turboed. So my transmission, completely stock, the completely bone stock transmission that comes in these cars. And I have to honestly say, it's been great. I've had no problems with it. Now, there's a couple things to do in order to get the most out of your automatic transmission. For instance, I found that having my car in sport mode helps it to shift more aggressively and stay in the RPMs as, flooring it. So I don't know if that's what sport mode does. I don't know if it makes your shifts more aggressive and, things like that. Maybe it is, and if it is, it works. If not, maybe I'm just making stuff up. But for some reason, when the car's not in sport mode and I just get on it, it tends to take a lot longer to shift, and it tends to bounce off the red line. It tends to bounce off the rev limiter or red line a lot more when it's not in sport mode, and it kind of freaks the car out because it takes so long to shift, and I'm just losing power in shifts. In sport mode, it seems to just shift way more aggressively and be able to keep up. So my car is making 400 wheel horsepower and 323 torque. That's a lot of power for a stock transmission. If you do research, I've seen on some, threads and community posts and stuff like that these transmissions are best for, or rated at 350 wheel horsepower, at the most. I'm over that horsepower-wise, and I have yet to have any problems. My tuner, Taylor Tuning, shout out to him. He did tell me that, the fastest way to kill my transmission is from going from a dig. What I mean from a dig is having the car at a complete stop, 0 miles per hour, and then just flooring it, just pressing the gas and taking off. So going from 0 to 60, 0 to 100, 0 to 40, whatever, is what's going to put the most wear and tear on your transmission. Tuner said, from rolling, so going 20 miles per hour, then pressing the gas, going 40, then pressing the gas, etc., will help the transmission last a lot longer and will, keep it happy. And saying all that, I do digs all the time. Screw it. And so far, so good, honestly. I can tell it doesn't like doing a dig as much as it does doing a roll. So I definitely believe, if I keep doing digs, or taking off from a complete stop, it's going to tear up my transmission. One thing that I do recommend for automatic transmissions that I don't even have yet, that I need to get, the transmission is a transmission cooler. Especially from the automatic transmissions, they get super hot, especially if you're going to continue to drift in it for a long amount of time, or just, I guess do back-to-back racing and stuff like that. It's going to definitely shorten the life of your automatic transmission. So a trans cooler is definitely recommended. With my driving, I do, a roll race here and there, a dig here and there, some fun with friends here and there. So, I'm not too worried about it, and I haven't had any problems. So it's been great. The thing that I noticed is, so obviously you have your car in drive, and it shifts for you, but obviously you can put your car into manual mode and either use the shifter or the paddle shifters to shift gears, downshift, upshift, whatever the case may be. You definitely want to use the paddle shifters if you're in that manual mode. I noticed when shifting with the shifter in manual mode has a terrible delay. It's very noticeable, and it just is gross. It just doesn't feel right. Using paddle shifters, it seems to shift pretty quickly. Like there's no really delay in it. Maybe the slightest bit, but for the most part, it's been good. What I prefer, if I'm going to do some roll racing or just fun, is honestly leave the car in drive, let it shift itself, and then have it in sport mode. It seems to, if you let the car shift by itself, let the computer do it with it in sport mode, the shifts are just way more aggressive, way more consistent, and seems to just be able to stay in the RPMs as I shift. So I found that to be the best case when using the automatic transmission. A lot of people give the transmission crap, and yes, it's not the best transmission, but I'm not going to sit here and manual swap the transmission, and I'm not going to, you can build these automatic transmissions, but it's, not a lot of people do it, therefore it's very expensive. Parts for it to upgrade it is very expensive, so I'm just been rocking with the stock auto, and it's been great. But yeah, guys, this is my FRS. I hope you guys learned something new. Leave a comment if you have a question, or DM me on Instagram. And that's it, guys. Peace.